עושה שלום במאמר, כול יעשה שלום עליהם, יעקב ישראל v'yimnu.
It's just about Shkia, so we'll down very, very shortly. Welcome some of our good neighbors, our old friends, Bevan Shulman, Fishbain, and his son-in-law, Dr. Sugar. Listen up, Shoftim, you should appoint judges, Dayanim, to passing the Torahs, and and certainly they should be those that are qualified, Shoftim Son Mishpat Tzedek, and they should render a very just decision, a very honest and just decision. And before Bezdin there comes all sorts of testimony, witnesses and edus, and halachas api shnai medium. It has to be two witnesses can substantiate something that took place. Because the Gemara brings, there came a din Torah, there came a edus came before Bezdin in the time of the Vilna Goyim, and they rendered. I'm going to say that they rendered their testimony, and the Vilna Goyim, as soon as they both finished, he said right away, he said these are both false witnesses. They're the sheker. It has no validity whatsoever. Throw it out. Means nothing. So he said, how did you judge it so quickly? You didn't interrogate, cross-examine them. He said, the Mishnah in Rosh Hashanah says, Kesad boitkilas edus. How do you interrogate? How you boidik them edus? And so the Mishnah continues, in ninsu mechuvanim, divrei mechuvanim, if you discover after cross-examination, after examining the witnesses, and you discover divrei mechuvanim that they both are testifying on the same incident, and with all the details that they're testifying, it synchronizes. So it's the very memes. He said, why does the Mishnah say in Ninsu, if you discover that their testimony is what they say is the truth? Why does it say that if the Remuchavan, if the words they match, if what they're saying matches each other, synchronizes? So there's the Rem. What's the word in Ninsu? He said, because it means like this here, that if they both come and they testify, but they're not using the exact same language with the exact same details, so Bezdin asks them again and again until they discover, after the final cross-examination, that they both are saying the exact same, they're testifying about the same incident and at the same time, everything is the same. But if they immediately come with the exact same story, the words match, it's like they rehearsed something together, so that's a sign that it's not true. You shouldn't show any favoritism. You shouldn't favor one over the other, and you shouldn't accept any graft. There came before Mshula Kutner, there came a destitute almana widow, and she couldn't pay her rent. So the landlord, he wanted to evict her, so he took it, he removed, in the middle of the winter, he removed the roof from the apartment, so she couldn't live there anymore. So she came with a gewalt, with pleading, crying, with tears, to Mshula Kutner, that he should do something. She wants to call him to Din Torah. She cried. So he said, oh, my dear Almani, so I'd love to help you. He said, but I really can't accept the Din Torah, because it says you're not supposed to accept graft. Graft doesn't only mean, Sheicha doesn't only mean money. He said, you grafted me, you mishached me, your tears, they touched me so. He said, I won't be able to render a fair decision. But upon him, you shouldn't show any favoritism one or the other. There came, I told the story before, there came to the one who was one of the founders of the Reform movement, Aaron Chorin. There came a Yid, said to him, Rabbi, he says, I want to summon someone for dinner before you. So this Aaron Chorin, who never met the man before, and wasn't one of his regulars that come to him, to his, whatever is his temple or what. So he said, there's so many here in this town, there's so many Rabbanim, why did you choose me to bring the Torah, to bring the litigant before me to the Torah? So he said, I'll tell you why. He said, I have the Torah that I want to have is with the Rebbeinu Shalom. I have a lot of tinus. I have a lot of complaints against the Rebbeinu Shalom. He said, but the other Rabbanim here, I won't get a fair din Torah because they're afraid of the Rebbeinu Shalom. So they're making upon them. They'll show favoritism to the Rebbeinu Shalom. But you, the way you conduct yourself, you're not afraid of the Rebbeinu Shalom. You have no Yer Shemayim. Now you will get a right din Torah. Sheikhad also can be. There came someone to the Mechas Chinuch, to the Torah, so he said to him, oh, he says, you were the Messiah Kedushin by my parents' chasene. Oh, he said, oh, really? So he said to the other side, was I maybe Messiah Kedushin by you also? He said, no. He said, no, I can't accept it in Torah because already you try to bribe me with compliments, with covet. Chanani ben Akash Omer, Rosh HaKodesh Baruch Hu Zakei Sheish Yisrael, Lefikach Harav Torah Mitzvah Shenemar, Adonai Chovez Manchit Ko Yagdol Torah V'Yadir.